A'udhu billahi minash shaitanir rajim. Bismillahir Rahmanir Rahim. Dear students of 12th class, subject botany, Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuhu. Dear students, yesterday in our lecture we have discussed the second law of Mendel, or the principles of inheritance, in which three laws were given by Mendel, and the first law of dominance we have discussed earlier, and yesterday we have discussed the half portion of the second law of Mendel, that is the law of segregation, and today our topic is this second law of Mendel, that is the law of segregation, which is continued. And yesterday we have studied the first part of this law of segregation, in which we have defined the law of segregation and we have made the explanatory note on this law of segregation. Now today we will discuss the second part of this law of segregation, which is now continued. The different genes for different traits do not blend or affect each other while they are together in a hybrid. According to Mendel, when the genes for different traits or these together in a hybrid, they do not blend or affect each other. These different genes segregate or separate from one another and pass into different gametes formed by a hybrid, and then go to different individuals in the offspring of the hybrid. The genes are symbolized by letters. That means they are denoted by letters. The dominant gene by a capital letter, that is the dominant gene is represented by a capital letter, and the recessive gene or the recessive allele is denoted or represented by a small letter. For example, tall or the tallness being dominant is represented by capital T, whereas the dwarf is represented by small t. This capital T and small t being contrasting genes of same character are called allelomorphic genes. So the contrasting genes of the same character are called allelomorphic genes. Here the capital T and small t being contrasting genes of same character are thus called the allelomorphic genes. Since an individual develops from the union of two gametes, as we know that the individual develops from the union of two gametes, it receives a gene for size from both parents. The true breeding tall plant is represented by capital T, and its gametes are only capital T. The true breeding dwarf plant is represented by small t, and its gametes are small t, and the resultant zygote is capital T, small t. So here you should remember that since an individual develops from the union of two gametes, it receives a gene for size from both the parents. The true breeding tall plant is represented by capital T, and its gametes are only capital T. The true breeding dwarf plant is represented by small t, and its gametes are small t, and the resultant zygote is capital T, small t. Now, when a gene pair of an organism contains two identical alleles like capital T or small t, here students, you should understand that when a gene pair of an organism contains two identical means same alleles like capital T or small t, it is called homozygous. But when two different alleles are present in a single gene pair, like capital T, small t, it is called heterozygous. So this was the this was all about the law of segregation, and now we have completed the whole question of law of segregation, and it takes us two lectures. The half of the law of segregation we have discussed yesterday, and the half portion of this law of segregation we have continued today. And in this way we have completed the this long type of question which is asked in the examination, and it gives the 5 marks at least, and is very important in the exam point of view. So I hope that you have understood now this law of segregation, and in this way we have completed our today's topic. Now in our next lecture tomorrow, inshallah, we will move towards the third law of Mendel, that is the law of independent assortment. Thus till tomorrow, stay home, stay safe. Thank you very much.